$400 minimum each to see the pigs. And it didn't do it, tried to do it, retried to do it, and then we were stuck.
Yeah.
If that happens, I can't give you a refund. And I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. Like £1,500 each. The park, and I was in the park chilling. We didn't even know each other then, realised.
We just had a dirty card.
We just had a dirty card. That could be the baby moon.
Wow.
Hello, honeys.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me now, then hi, my name is Imogen and...
My name is Spencer.
This is my husband, Spencer. And if you hadn't seen on our social media, then we have just been away on our honeymoon and it was
amazing,
incredible. So basically what we wanted to do today is do a little sit down video of our honeymoon. So we actually went to Florida and the Bahamas. Spencer actually surprised me with the Bahamas, and if you haven't seen that video then you need to go watch it. But today we're just going to kind of do like a rundown of what we did.
Yeah, definitely, just to recap and just let you know what we did, how we did it, and give you tips if you wanted to go and do it.
Yeah, to help save money and like how we budgeted it and stuff like that, because I know that a lot of people have been DMing me. Maybe they want to go to the Bahamas on their honeymoon, or maybe they want to go to Florida, and yeah, definitely do it. So we actually wanted to know if you wanted us to do one like this for our actual wedding day, because we never did one, did we?
No.
Like we never did a sit down video of what happened on our wedding day.
A wedding recap.
Yeah, of like our vows and all those things.
Definitely, I'm up for that.
Alrighty then. Okay, so firstly, let's get into booking of flights. And you actually...
Firstly, if you're new here...
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're new here, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, join my family of Huns, and let's get in with the video. So firstly, we'll talk about flights. Spencer actually booked these, and thank God he did, because he actually ended up surprising me with a trip to the Bahamas. So then he just showed me his like return to Florida, and I was like, oh sweet, like we're just returning to Florida. Didn't check the date.
So yeah, I just went onto Skyscanner and just searching the dates that we wanted to go, found the best possible option, because you can do like a multi-trip on Skyscanner. It was working out more expensive than doing it if I did like individual flight. I just booked up Florida. After that, decided to get the Bahamas booked as well. So just booked a little internal flight, which is really good. Bahamas there.
Because you can fly directly from the UK to the Bahamas. I didn't know that. But you actually booked it so that we did, a little internal flight. Was it cheaper to do it that way?
Yeah, cheaper.
If you did the UK to Florida and then Florida to the Bahamas in one ticket, was it more expensive?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So you did it separately in two separate payments, transactions.
Yeah, exactly that.
Right.
And it worked. I saved quite a bit of money, to be fair.
To be fair, it was so funny because I went on my Hotmail and my Hotmail wasn't remembering my password. And I was like, normally on my laptop, I am quite lazy. It just remembers my passwords. So I was like, why is it not remembering my password? He'd swiped the history of that day. I should have clicked, and now it clicks. Why wasn't my YouTube logged in? Like all of my stuff had been signed out and not remembering the passwords. I was so confused, and I had like tabs up. Anyway, long story short, Spencer booked the flights and he did, yes, an internal flight, and it was actually a lot cheaper. I think that's what we did for a lot of things in Australia as well. Like when we went to Cairns, we didn't book it directly in the actual thing.
No.
We booked separately because it's a lot cheaper to do single flights, and it is actually to do one big payment on the flight.
Booking things directly with airlines and hotels, as you'll find out in a bit, is better because you're just missing out the middleman.
Yeah.
So
you want to miss out the middleman.
Basically, just go directly with the companies you're planning to use.
Accommodation. So we actually stayed at the Marriott Grand Vista, which is actually a timeshare, and we were lucky enough that my mum actually booked that for us. My mum and stepdad booked that for us for our honeymoon, for our present for our wedding. We did actually say to everyone we didn't want any presents for our wedding. We didn't really get anything, did we actually?
No,
but we did get that, so that was really, really nice. My dad gave us some money actually. It was really grateful.
Yeah.
And my mum did that for us. That was really, really nice because it meant that we didn't have to worry about it. We didn't have to worry about our accommodation for our, well, I thought Florida was just our honeymoon, but we didn't have to book any accommodation as I thought. So yeah, the Marriott Grand Vista was so nice, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
I do actually know it's not just a timeshare, you can actually stay there.
Yeah, definitely.
It was beautiful, and what was really nice about it is that it was an apartment. So we saved a lot of money, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Which leads us on to food.
So food. As soon as we landed in Florida, it was about mid-afternoon, and then we got an Uber to take us to Walmart.
After 2 hours of trying to get into the country. Do you remember that?
That was long.
Honestly, prepare when you go to Florida. It's a long time to get in immigration.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Took us 2.5 hours.
I think they're up in it now as well. So we got an Uber to Walmart, and we just got a massive food shop as if we would do here. We literally
spent about, what did we spend, $164 or something? But that was going to last us for the week, and if you actually think about that, that's breakfast, lunch and dinner for 7 nights or 7 days, and that is a lot cheaper than going out every day. And the thing is, we were like, we don't need to go out every night. Like we didn't, because we were so tired from the parks, weren't we?
And so obviously we had snacks that you can, because you can only take certain snacks into the parks, stuff that can't be heated up, and basically anything, you can't use any of the stuff on site, so you need to take crackers.
Yeah, dry
foods.
Hot noodles, porridge pots, sandwiches you can take if you've got allergens. So they do actually let you, we found out a bit later on in the week, that they do actually let you in if you have allergens. They do actually let you take whatever you need to take in. So that's good.
Breakfast, I actually had cereal all
Yeah,
week.
he did. Yeah, you did. You don't normally eat cereal at home either.
No, but I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, it's good
Living
energy.
our life on a honeymoon, you know.
For dinner, what do we do for dinner?
For dinners, we just did separate dinners sometimes. Sometimes we had the chicken nachos, fajita things.
Fajitas.
We just, because we had an apartment, it was so nice because we were able to cook. It's actually quite nice because it was like a home from home, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did graze a lot, to be fair, didn't we? So.
Because the thing is, when you are so tired from the parks, you really just don't want to go out. I mean, I guess it's easier having food cooked for you, but then also when you get back, you're just like, we were knackered.
Yeah, well.
Like, we had such early nights, didn't we? Because we were like, we literally got up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to the parks for the opening. Then we stayed till close and we were like, we're done.
Yeah, so yeah, we just chilled out in the evenings.
Yeah,
It was good. Walmart's good fun as well. It's good. It's a good experience. Has obviously we've done a video for that as well.
Yeah, we got so excited in Walmart, didn't we?
So.
We ended up staying there for 2 hours and we didn't even do all of it. Like, I didn't see any of the makeup stuff. Like, we need to go back just to go to Walmart.
We had a bit of a nightmare paying for the food.
Yeah, oh my god. So we thought we got declined, but we actually found out, because I was like, there is money on this Revolut card. We take a Revolut card and we go away. I don't know if anyone knows about those, but they really help you save sort of your money. They're very good for your currency, like the changeover. They're really good rate, aren't they?
Yeah.
And also they're really protected. You don't get charged for sending money abroad or anything like that. And they're just really handy. You have like an app and you can have contactless payment card. And also it's good because you can budget. So you can see what you're spending and you can put a limit on it, which is really good.
Yeah, it's pretty much like online banking.
Yeah.
With like foreign exchange.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's really good.
That's how we paid for everything for our wedding, actually, the Revolut, because we didn't get charged to send money to Italy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Recommend that, Hans.
Yeah, but we didn't realise.
We just had a dirty card.
We just had a dirty card. And the woman was really scaring us. She was like, you only get all this food saved for half an hour if you can't. And I was contacting Revolut, like, what's going on? They were like, we've checked your card, everything's fine. I was adding more money onto the card because I was like, maybe more money needs to be on the card, but it didn't. It was just dirty.
Yeah.
The woman was like, have you tried wiping it? And we were like,
no.
No. And then she wiped it and it went through.
It had a slight crack in it, didn't it?
Had a slight crack. That was that. It had a slight crack and we were worrying that it wouldn't last our whole holiday.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh my god, like what if we need to pay for another park or something, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
On to bookings of the parks. I actually surprised Spencer with bookings of the parks. We went to Florida a very long time ago. So if anyone wants to kind of know why I wanted to go to Florida for a honeymoon, it was actually because we talked about it ages ago and Spencer...
I wanted to propose to Mills in Florida. But at the time, we were going to Australia. I thought maybe next year, so that would have been last year now, 2019. But it would have been so much money to go to Florida to propose. So that's when I decided that I'm going to propose in Australia, because I didn't think we'd get around to going to Florida.
I wanted to do it sooner.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Florida had like a massive place in my heart and it had a massive place in your heart, because we'd always spoken when we first met. It was one of our favourite holidays as a child. So we actually went in the same year, what, 12 years ago?
It was 2007, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went in the same year. We didn't even know, like, we went in the same time and he was in the park and I was in the park chilling. We didn't even know each other then, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And it was just a massive thing for me. I'd always wanted to go back. I never went back with my family, even though we wanted to, but they broke up in the end. My family broke up. So it was just one of those ones where I really wanted to go back, as in like, go back with my husband. He loves rides. He loves rides a lot more than me. Like, I love them, but he loves them. And I feel like we just wanted to do something fun before we settle down, have kids, you know, in the future. We were like, we wanted to just get that done, didn't we? Because Florida is something where we're not going to be able to take our babies there because, you know, it's such a long way to fly and they would be too young to enjoy it.
It's a once in a lifetime trip, so you know, it's quite expensive, and like you say, you're not going to go there when the children are really small, so
you're going to go there when they're about 5, 6, 7.
It's going to probably be another decade before we go back, so
that's why I actually bought him the tickets to go to Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, Busch Gardens, Volcano Bay. SeaWorld was included, obviously SeaWorld with the whole blackfish thing, and then what else was included? Another water park. Aquatica.
Yeah.
So we actually chose to go to those ones purely because Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios were always my favourite.
Yeah.
And Spencer wasn't really into Disney when I first met him. You never really grew up watching Disney, did you?
Not really, no.
No. And I'm like a very Disney family. Like I come from a very Disney family where we all think we're Disney princesses and princes. So we wanted to do one day at Disney, but sort of thought it was quite expensive. And if we booked all of the parks that we did, plus Disney, it would have been like £1,500 each. So that's £3,000 for like, no, actually, it would have been about £1,200 each. So about £2,500.
That's a lot.
And we were like, we've only got a week here. We don't really have the time, like, to be able to go to all the Disneys. And I love Disney so much. However, I thought we'd go on like the big boy rides, which are more at the other parks, so that we could enjoy them together, and then when we bring our kids back we could all go to Disney. But then
for those who love roller coasters, Busch Gardens has got the most unbelievable
biggest.
That was just an amazing part of seeing all the animals.
What was your favourite park, you'd say?
Probably Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, same.
Like Busch, they're all good. They're all really good. Yeah, it was just amazing week.
Yeah, it really was. So basically, on one of our last days, we were like, we should go to Disney. And I love Star Wars, and my older brother loves Star Wars, and I was like, oh my god, like, I have to go to Disney because I love all the Disney parks, but if I was to choose one of them that's a bit more adult, it would be Hollywood Studios. They have the whole Star Wars world there, which is unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they have the Rock and Roller Coaster, they have the Hollywood Tower of Terror, they have all of the shows, so I thought that would be a one we could do together, because you haven't been to Disney for what?
But
20 years or something?
I've just got into Star Wars like 2-3 months ago, so I could actually appreciate how good Star Wars was, and it was amazing. It was so good.
And there's a story time coming up about that later on. The one thing we did do wrong actually was book Disney when we were over there. If we'd have booked it when we were back here, it would have been cheaper, but it was something we just didn't think we'd get around to do and get to afford to do. We actually went to our hotel, we looked online, and it was the same price directly through our hotel that it was online and all those places, and we were like, we might as well do it now because we could book the Fast Pass. Fast Pass comes into the Disney ticket, which is really good.
The reason why we had a day free to go to Disney was because January is an amazing time to go to Florida because the queues are basically non-existent.
Yeah, like we did all the parks, didn't we?
Well, yeah, and we got to go on rides over and over because there was just no queues.
You couldn't believe it. You couldn't actually believe it. If you want to go to Florida, go in January.
100%. Like,
when I went to Florida, we went in the summer and it was so hot, which was amazing. It was so crowded. It was so crowded. Like, you'd wait like 2.5 hours, and I remember back in the day, like, it was a lot cheaper to go to Florida because park prices were a lot cheaper and it was just easier to get fast tracks and stuff like that. But for us, it was just a dream. I
mean, the biggest queue for us was about 1.5 hours. For me, that is enough. It takes away like the ride a bit. If you're waiting for like 3-4 hours, like, and you're on the ride for a minute, it's just like.
You do forget though, when you're on the ride, you do forget how long you queued.
Yeah, 100%.
But the only ones we queued for were the Harry Potter rides and the Star Wars rides because they're so new and so big that everyone's going to go to them. Yeah, so we did actually agree on the very first day to do all of the really hyped up rides at the very beginning. So we would queue just before it opened, like 20 minutes before it opened, and then when it opened we would rush over to Harry Potter World because Harry Potter could have like a 4.5 hour, 5 hour queue. We only queued for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Which was really cold though because it was like 9 degrees in the morning and we were like freezing.
It
was cold in January. Apparently it's not that cold in January normally.
We just had a couple of days where I think they got like an Arctic breeze or something like that.
Yeah, like people from Florida were talking about it when we actually met them in the Bahamas, weren't they? And they were like, we were in our snow gear. Because it's so cold for them because they're not used to it.
Well, we weren't bothered about the weather because obviously we were just running around parks, so it wasn't exactly like tanning weather.
It was actually a nice thing. I didn't pack enough clothes though for the cold weather. And I actually... we were queued in the Harry Potter queue and it was down, so it did really, that's one thing I will say about it, it did continuously, didn't it? Because we went back a couple of days because our ticket basically meant that we could go to different parks throughout the day. So if we wanted to do a morning in Universal then go to Busch Gardens in the afternoon, we could.
Yes.
It was so good.
Oh, I miss it.
I know, me too.
It's so good.
But when we were in the Harry Potter queue, it basically went 40 and they said, Hagrid's lesson will not be on today for a couple of minutes. You are delayed or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
So then I was absolutely freaking. I was wearing these tiny little shorts and a blazer. People were looking at me like, are you all right? Like, honestly, if I looked at me, I would have been like, you're making me feel cold, princess.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and Spencer was cuddling me and Spencer was even cold. So then I said, well,
I gave you my hoodie, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You were really sweet. He wrapped it around my legs and he was in a little t-shirt. I was like, no, Spencer, please. Like, please wrap up.
I just zipped up the hoodie around her legs and made it into like a little
sleeping
what's
bag.
It called, mini dress?
Yeah, like a dress, but also yeah, maxi dress.
Maxi dress, that's that.
You're so cute. So basically I left the queue. They let me leave the queue to come back into it because everyone was sitting on the floor because it was delayed. I went to the Harry Potter gift shop and it was quite expensive, but I bought some pyjamas and I wore the pyjamas around the parks.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it, and no one even batted an eyelid.
And you look like Hermione Granger.
I did. I used to want to be here when I was younger. I crimped my hair and loved it.
Did you?
Yeah. So leading on to Harry Potter, funny story. You can tell them if you want.
What's Harry Potter story?
I do worry about him. The Harry Potter story, you being serious?
Oh right, sorry, on the ride, yes. Sorry.
You're hilarious.
Well, we saw Hagrid.
Yes, we did.
So unfortunately, because of, like we said, we just spoke about it being a little bit colder.
Yeah.
So these rides actually rely on hot weather for friction to go like basically around.
Yeah.
We'd already been on it and it was amazing. And I'll talk to you about fast passes.
Absolute
I think
ledge.
Mills did put it on her story, to be fair, but
Yeah.
I asked everyone, you know, is there any chance?
Yeah,
Our honeymoon, please, could we possibly have a fast track? And everyone gave it to us.
Everyone, but the Harry Potter one doesn't have a fast track. The Hagrid's ride, it didn't have a fast track, did it?
Hagrid's motorbike doesn't have it.
But Spencer was getting us fast tracks at everything. So like the Harry Potter one, the other ones like the 4D, are they called? What are they called?
Yeah, 4D.
Yeah.
So
What are they called?
3D glasses.
Yeah, the ones we had to wear 3D glasses, they all had fast track, and they were about a 3-hour, 2.5-hour queue. So it was amazing because Spencer just asked all these people and they gave us all these fast tracks to the point where, tell them at the end, we had to give them away.
Yeah, I know. So we got to the last Harry Potter attraction, and the lady gave us 10, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 5 rides, and we'd actually done all the rides, so we felt we wanted to do them.
We'd already done them loads, so we were like, give them to someone else.
Yeah, we wanted to make someone else have a nice day, so we saw this
Cute
couple.
couple, they were really cute.
Really cute. So we were like, do you want some tickets? And they were really grateful.
Yeah,
weren't
they were.
So that was amazing. We chose the right people.
Yeah.
We actually chose some, and they were like, we're leaving the park.
Yeah, we were like, okay, sweet. We'll just give them someone else some.
So yes, back to the ride.
Yeah.
Here we go. Story, other stories, mini stories, back to story.
It's part of life.
Part of being my wife. And so yes, we went on the ride, and we'd already been on it, so we knew what the ride was like. And we sort of, I'm not going to tell you what happened, but basically we got to this certain bit, and it sort of, you know when a car stalls, it was a bit like that. Like, those that don't know what a car stalls, it basically feel like something should be going, but it's not, and it's trying to go. And
it's a bit of a scary bit because you can say there's lots of smoke that's meant to come.
Yeah.
No smoke came. It's sort of the climax of the ride.
Yeah.
So it's like the big part of the ride where you're meant to do something and it didn't happen. So then
it tried to happen.
Tried to do it, didn't it?
And it didn't happen, and then it just went really slow.
It basically, we can say that part, maybe.
No.
No. Don't spoil it for anyone. No. But it basically does something which is meant to be like, oh my god, this is so much fun. And it didn't do it, tried to do it, retried to do it, and then we were stuck.
And they knew it had gone down. They're like, right, wait, and then we got to give it another sort of fast pass to go back on it again.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, same thing happened again.
Yeah, we went on it again and it happened again, and then we went backwards and we were sort of fed back, weren't we, really slowly? Yeah. And then we sat on the ride for ages. All of the lights came on in the ride and in the waiting area, and they were like, we don't know how long this is going to be down for. Yeah. And what annoyed me tiny bit was they were letting people still go to queue. Yeah. So the queue was still open, but it was faulty. And it shouldn't have run that day.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been like, listen, there's no point queuing, go and enjoy the rest of your day. Like, people pay a lot of money to go to these parks. Getting them to queue up for something that wasn't even working, and they're pretty sure it wasn't going to be working for a few hours was a bit...
And people were literally queuing for like 3.5, 4 hours, and then with the delay, it's even worse. We basically said, we really don't want to go that ride again. Can we have a fast track for another ride? So we went and enjoyed the other one, didn't we?
Yeah, the other Harry Potter
The Quidditch riding one, which we loved.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, Harry Potter World was so cool. It makes you want to watch all the Harry Potters, and like, I was never really a big Harry Potter fan. I liked it, but I never knew enough about it. I didn't watch all of the films. So me and Spencer, that is our thing. Now we're back from honeymoon.
I went to
please don't hate me, by the way, just because we don't watch Harry Potter, but we're gonna watch
them. I went to, when I was younger, my nan took me every Saturday to cinema to watch
He's seen all of
Harry
them.
Potter,
I haven't, but I actually did dress up like Hermione and want to be her, but I didn't watch 3 and 4, I think.
I can't remember which one I stopped watching, because I think when it came out it was like 2001, so I'd have been about 11 then.
We've got to get it all on DVD and watch it. I'm so excited.
So definitely watch it. Yeah, 100%.
And then that leads us on to one last story time about Florida. Then we'll talk about the Bahamas. So just really quickly, do you want to tell them about the Star Wars situation?
Yeah, okay, this was a bit of a sad one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad one.
So, the way that you get onto the Star Wars ride, you enter the park and then you go online to enter a virtual queue. It's nothing, you can't, there's no fast passes for this because it's a new ride. I rate that there's no fast pass, because if you can pay fast pass, then people that can afford it will be the ones that get on the ride.
So true.
And people that can't afford it won't. So I like that it's like equal all across the board. But anyway, so
this was at Disney Hollywood Studios, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Got you.
So we had a bit of a problem getting into the park. My ticket sort of scanned in and Mill's ticket didn't.
And that's because, just quickly, the person who sold us the tickets at Disney put both tickets to him. So they'd said, 2 people with Spencer, like, they can't come in the park. So they were rejecting my ticket because my ticket was Mr. Spencer Horton and his was Mr. Spencer Horton. And they were like, but he's already in the park. They were rejecting my ticket. So the guy was like, just come in. So I wasn't scanned in the park.
Yes, thank you. So therefore, when going onto the app to put ourselves in a queue, there was only myself and there wasn't Mills.
Yeah.
So there was Mr. Horton, but not Mrs. Horton. Say that. And so we walked to the rides, and everyone, basically it's like everyone's like just marching towards Star Wars. Everyone's just going to the same place.
People queue outside Disney at 5 AM. It opens at 7. It's the earliest park to open. And people queue outside at 5 AM to get at the front for when they enter.
To get on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The people love it that much.
And then we were having trouble getting onto it, so then we went to, it's really weird actually, because where we decided to speak to someone, that was actually where people go for the ride, but we didn't know that.
No, that was the ride,
Yeah, that's how weird that.
I know.
That's really strange. And we basically went over to the lady, we're like, look, we're having trouble getting onto this virtual queue. She basically was like, oh, give me a ticket. It's like...
She thought it'd be easier than it was.
Yeah, definitely.
And then she came to it and she was like, oh, I don't actually understand this. Did she?
No. She was like, okay, well, groups 1 to 80, so you go in groups, so you get into a group. I know Mill's going to interrupt me and help me out a bit in a minute.
Do you want me to?
So you get put in a group, and then when your group get called, you go and wait, but you still got to wait for 2 hours once your group's been called.
Yeah.
When your group's called, you don't go straight onto the ride. You're basically waiting in a queue in your group to go in, because I think the people going, the groups are quite big. So we had a quick look on YouTube to see what the ride's like.
The ride is 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
How on earth they're going to get through?
I need a break.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? People probably think I interrupt you, but you want me to, don't you? To like...
Have some water, please.
Oh yeah, of course you can, of course you can. You're right though, you just said it basically, everything. You queue in the virtual app, so you're there, and basically when we'd got in a queue, she'd just put us in group 84 or something, or 87. And then...
80?
No, 87 at the beginning, and then she changed it, do you remember?
Oh, I see, yes.
It was 87 at the beginning, and then she was like, oh, I'll put you in group 80, because groups 1 to 80 will always be seen, but anything other from group 80 upwards will not be seen.
They're basically classed as like reserve group, backup group, so if you're in a backup group, there's no guarantee. Which is from like 80 to like 129, so we were in
by
group
like
80.
7 o'clock, they're basically gone.
Yeah.
Like you get in the park at about 7:07 and they're gone. Like our group 80 was literally like just
it's basically like waiting for a Glastonbury ticket.
Yeah, I've never done that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I've heard that. It's just
ridiculous. Is it like that?
It's ridiculous, yeah.
So then they call your group then. 1 to 10 can come, and then you're in like a 2-hour, 3-hour queue to get for your group because it's such a long ride. But we're so gutted because basically we went and got dinner, and it was still saying to us like group 80 hasn't been called. It was on like group 60, wasn't it?
It was going up. It was moving up the group. So
we were like, we're getting seen.
Yeah. So we sort of made our way back to the park.
Yeah.
And then got told it was down. Basically the app was just doing its own thing.
So the app was saying we were coming to be seen, but then we weren't actually being seen. So we were literally so excited, got an Uber back from dinner, went to the park, and then they were like, it's down. So then they said they're offering fast tracks for tomorrow, but we were going home. I thought we were going back to the UK. So I started crying. I'm like, but we're going back to the UK, like we're not going to be able to be here, blah, blah, blah. So then we went to customer relations and she was like, whatever happens, I can't give you a refund. And I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. We literally only booked these tickets to basically go on the Rise of Resistance ride because I really wanted to go on it. Yeah. And they were $119 each for the Disney tickets. So I was like, this is so much money to have spent. We literally could have gone to another park. Like we could have gone to another park for the whole day because we did put our day around the Rise of Resistance, didn't we?
100%.
We did, definitely. You filter your day around it because you're going to everything else thinking, if I get called. But we had the best day at Disney. Like, it was amazing. We went to the Indiana Jones ride, and that was amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The annoying thing about the tickets thing in the morning was the other ride for Star Wars called Smuggler's Run.
Yeah.
The queue was getting bigger whilst we were trying to sort out this.
So we would have been in the beginning of the queue, but because we were trying to sort this out, we sorted this out for about 45 minutes. So then we had to queue for about 2.5 hours for the Star Wars one. At Disney, that was the longest queue, wasn't it? It was a long queue, but it went really quickly.
Yeah, it was
because you were just walking constantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like traffic, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're in moving traffic, you're happy. If you're in standstill traffic, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, true. So then we went and spoke to the customer relations lady, and she was really, really nice. And she basically said to us, let me go and speak to my manager. She came back and she refunded our tickets.
Can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name.
Diana?
No, it's too close to Mum's name, isn't it? We would know that.
Yeah.
Marin?
Yeah, Maria.
Maria.
Yeah.
It was Maria. Oh, she was an absolute dream. She refunded our whole tickets because she was like, everyone else can come back, but you can't. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, at first she said she couldn't refund.
Yeah.
It's basically just like, what can we do? Like,
I said, could we get a ticket to go to the Paris one? She was like, we have no connection with Disneyland Paris. So I was like, okay, I really don't know what to suggest if you can't give us a refund. And then I just said to her, is there any chance we could get a refund? Because we literally have paid money and we can't go on the ride, which we've been waiting around for all day.
Yeah.
If you don't try, you don't win, do you?
For those people watching this and they don't like complaining, I get that. And they don't like confrontation, I get that. Because I'm not a massive fan of it myself. I've definitely,
like it.
since being with you,
yeah, you've got better.
Up for it more. But listen, you paid for stuff, and if you don't get the service that you're promised, you have to complain.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair. You're paying your hard-earned cash, and if you're not getting things that you're being promised, then you need to complain. And
I actually
you're
truly
not a
believe
bad
that.
person for complaining.
No, because it's not the person's fault, it's the superior's person's fault. So it's not going to be them, and you can say like, I think I'm very good at complaining.
Yeah.
I've got it from my mum and dad. They're very good in a nice way. Being able to say like, I know it's not your fault. Like we said that to Maria. We were like, I know this isn't your fault. You've got a queue of people here that are all saying the exact same thing as me. But is there any way, because they can come back and we can't, if they can't come back, then they have to get refunds as well. But I think that there's a nice way of complaining.
Yeah, and if you can't do it face to face, do it by an email. You know, because you know you work hard
and you're entitled. Yeah, if you're spending a lot of money, you're entitled to have what you believe you've paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the tip from me.
There we go.
You're not taking the money off the person that you're going to go and speak to. These companies are huge.
Oh yeah, and we found out that Disney, one car park pays for all of the Disneyland parks to run.
Yeah.
So they're caked.
Yeah.
Good on them.
These people, these companies, big companies, refunding your ticket or refunding your item of clothing that is faulty is nothing to them.
Yeah.
So
very true. So then that leads us on to the Bahamas. This has nothing to do with me, this is all to do with you really. So yeah, you go ahead and tell them. So how did you book it?
So I looked on, I spoke to a lot of clients and they sort of said like Trivago's supposed to be quite good, Expedia's quite good. So just had a look online. I wanted to go all inclusive because we've done a week of self-catering, running around the parks. Since we haven't really had a chill holiday since Jamaica. Because
that was our dream really. We did want to go to the Bahamas in the beginning anyway. We wanted to have a week of absolute tire ourselves out, go on all the rides, and then a week of chill.
Yeah, but we just thought it wasn't feasible, it was going to be too expensive.
He couldn't get the time off. It was just a bit one of those ones where it's like it wasn't working for us.
Yeah, so we were quite lucky that we got the timeshare for Florida and we were more than happy with a week in Florida. So after I looked online and saw how expensive it was, I thought I'd phone the hotel directly and see if I could get like a discount or just some money off at all.
Was this one hotel you wanted to go to?
Yeah, there was this one hotel. It was basically, had a good rating. It was, the food looked good for your allergies and stuff. So I was like, this is the one.
And was it one of the cheapest ones?
It was value for money, I thought.
Right, okay.
But it was.
Yeah, it was a 4-star resort, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
4.5.
Yeah, it was still expensive, but it was value for money, and yeah, it was the one I wanted. I had my eye on it for a while, to be fair. I kept my eye on just to see what price it would be and stuff. So yeah, phoned them directly, and they actually had a discount on.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so
lovely.
They gave me a good price, and I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to take it.
So it was cheaper to book directly?
Cheaper to book it directly. I think you should book directly.
Yeah, I do as well, because the thing is, these places like Booking.com and all these places, they do actually take a cut. So you're going to try and, again, cut out the middleman. It should be cheaper.
And they had their own discount on as well. So
when you told me you booked it, you told me that he told...
Yeah, so he told me to, you go onto a site, I can't remember what the site's called.
Top Cashback.
Hey?
Is it Top Cashback?
Yeah,
Extra Cashback?
That's the one, yeah. and you basically, it tells you what like these like Expedia, and it tells you what percentage of, they might say spend £100,
Yeah.
you get 20% back or something like that. So that's a good, I'll link that to below so people can go check that out, because
I'll link it below.
I want to save us
as
much money as possible. What's that?
Yes, you get money back, so it actually brings it down cheaper. Yeah, that's good.
So that was good.
I didn't actually pay until the last day because I thought it'd all been paid for, and then on the last day is when the money comes out of the account, which I rate.
Yeah, that's why I was so worried about the Revolut breaking.
Oh, because it was on the Revolut, of course.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because you wouldn't have been able to pay.
Yeah, I know. The card was cracked, and I was like, oh god.
We can't take money out of the account. You couldn't have taken it with the.
So I was so worried about that card breaking.
Right, that's why he was so careful with the Revolut as well. It all makes sense now.
In Florida, I was just like, give me the card. She puts cards in upside down and all sorts.
Spencer's actually when we turned up there though, I love you for booking, but when we turned up he booked 2 double beds or 2 single beds. I couldn't really work out what she was saying.
No, it was 2 double beds.
Set next to, like in separate parts.
So it'd have been a double.
And they were like, you're on your honeymoon, like don't you want a king? And then they upgraded us, which was great.
Yeah.
Use the honeymoon. If you're going on a honeymoon or a birthday, use it. Tell everyone.
Yeah, the staff in the Bahamas, oh my god, amazing. Everyone in the Bahamas, everyone's so polite.
So nice. Actually, talking about my food, you were actually really good as well. Tell them what you did.
I emailed the hotel, and then they sort of CC'd in the chef, and they basically said that like they had almond milk.
Yeah.
So Mills had, well, you know, like the sort of drink pourers and stuff. Mills had one with almond milk on. Yeah, it was brilliant. They went through all the gluten-free stuff when I got there because Spencer had already told them, which was insane. Because I was so worried about that because all-inclusives were quite hard. So yeah, we stayed in the Warwick Paradise Island in the Bahamas. In Nassau, yeah. Yeah, Nassau was so amazing. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. But, we only had like 3 days of sun though, didn't we? Because when we went, it was sunny and hot, but it was cloudy, wasn't it? Yeah, I think with the Caribbean. Yeah. That was similar in Jamaica. Yeah, it was similar to Jamaica. I think the Mediterranean you get like sun all day, but the Caribbean can be a bit like cloudy then sunny. But it was nice because it gave us a chance to like do stuff together. Like we could do the tennis that was offered. We could do the bike riding because otherwise you don't want to really do the bike riding when you're sweaty and hot. Yeah. Like all these other things we could do, which were really nice, and just make the most of being in the vicinity. Yeah, the Sunday, like this, it was still really hot. Yeah. And then like the clouds just gave us a bit of a break from the intense heat, because if it had been that hot all day, it would have been ridiculous. And excursions wise, we didn't really do that much. We went to the Palm, and we went to the Atlantis, which is in the Bahamas. I didn't know there was one in the Bahamas. I thought it was just in Dubai. Me being irrelevant, as usual. I didn't know that either. So then we went through the casino. We didn't put any bets on. We just walked through it. We then went and sat down, got a Starbucks, looked at all the boats, and like saw the aquarium tank. Like you can walk through the Bahamas, which is really cool. And they own actually this little like area with all the boats and a like Marina Village. Yeah, Marina Village, and that was really nice. And that was like a 5-minute walk. Although we had a free shuttle from our bus. We had a free shuttle from a hotel. We went to a beach one of the days, which was really pretty, and we again had a free shuttle from our bus. Cabbage Beach, I don't know why it's called that, but it was really cute. Yeah. And then we went and saw the pigs, which is amazing. And actually, because we got our money refunded from Disney, that paid for the pigs. Yeah, that felt good. Yeah. That felt really good, yeah. Because there are 2 options for the pigs. You can go to Exuma Island, which is actually $400 minimum each to see the pigs. And it's a 2-hour journey there on a boat and a 2-hour journey back on a boat. And obviously a lot of people do it, and it must be amazing, but we didn't do that because it's too expensive. Yeah. And also the pigs there are fully wild, and you don't know if you're going to be able to see them for that long, and you go in a big group and you might not be able to spend time with them. But Anastasia, Kingsnorth, love her so much, rate her so much. She actually messaged me and told me a little bit when I was out there of what to do, and she said please go and see the pigs. And she told us where to go, and it was literally right by our hotel. It was $129? Yeah. $129 each. And these are pigs that are saved from slaughterhouses, and they are just the most beautiful, amazing angels. And what you get in that is a 30-minute boat ride. You get a buffet food, which was unbelievable. Oh, I'm not really a massive fan of chicken, like with barbecue, but that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry to vegans, you're crying out there, I love you. But it was unbelievable. Like honestly, that buffet was unbelievable. Then we got to go snorkeling and see the fish. We saw a turtle. Yeah, saw a turtle. And we didn't even see one in Australia, and we saw a turtle in the Bahamas. Yeah. And it was literally just like there.
so gorgeous and amazing. And then we swam with the pigs, and the pigs were all day, which was amazing because some people be snorkeling and doing their own thing, getting massages, and we had nice massages on the beach.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a private island that's owned by this company, so no one else is there.
Sandy Toes.
Sandy Toes. We'll link it all in the description below if you want to go and see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did want to swim with the sharks. However, we would have had to go to Exuma to swim with the sharks, and it would have been an absolute fortune. So that's one thing I'm really gutted about. I didn't get to swim with the sharks, but you know, maybe the sharks didn't want me to swim with them. So
We're doing it in South Africa one day.
yeah, I'd love to go to South Africa.
Yeah.
That's our dream, to go on a safari.
Safari.
Yeah.
So
that's the dream. That could be the baby moon.
Wow.
Wow.
You're not swimming with sharks with a baby.
Oh yeah, no.
No, stay away from the sharks.
So I think that's pretty much it, isn't it, our honeymoon?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much it.
I know,
Pretty
sorry
fantastic,
if that's really,
right?
Sorry if that's been really long, but it was just absolutely amazing. Like,
It was amazing.
I kind of finished the week in my head because I thought Florida was the week that we were doing. So then when we got to go to the Bahamas, it was just so unbelievably surreal and just amazing. And the fact that we got to just have a week of chill, and it was just so nice for us to be able to speak about Florida. Like, I would definitely highly recommend for a honeymoon, if you are going for 2 weeks, to do a week of activity, something that you remember. Like when we got back with my little brother and my dad, we were literally just watching on YouTube all the rides we'd done and where we'd been and what we'd seen, and it was just amazing. And we got to talk about all those things, and then we got to talk about the Bahamas and how beautiful it was and how tropical it is and how clean it is and how gorgeous everyone is, that they're so nice to you. And it's just like,
yeah, I mean, I know there is some tour operators that do like, it's something I think called like a twin centre. So basically you'll do like a week like Sri Lanka or something like that. Yeah, you do like a week somewhere and then a week somewhere else. But I honestly think, book it yourself.
Yeah. Sort
your flights out and then do it yourself, and you will save a lot of money.
Yeah, like we saved money.
Even if you wanted to do it just going away with your mates, not on your honeymoon, you know, just go do a bit of travelling in Thailand and then go somewhere else for a bit of relaxation. There is
It was also really nice to be able to have food cooked for you for the next week, because we'd done the week of, you know, buying our own food, and then we also had a week of, you know, having all inclusive where I put on about a stone, which is absolutely wonderful. But it's fine. But you get your breakfast, lunch and dinner, you get snacks, you get, you know, lovely entertainment. Like, it was so nice.
You wouldn't have got me up at 7 every morning if I didn't ask you.
Getting an omelette?
Going to the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah.
In Florida, I wouldn't have got
that. True, very true. Because, no, you would have for the parks, you would have. You love the park.
I love relaxing.
So we had the best honeymoon, and I'm just so grateful that we got to share that with you. I'm sorry that was a really long spiel, and that was really probably quite boring. If anyone actually has watched this, I'm really grateful. I'll link everything in the description below and where we went and all those things. And yeah, I'm really grateful that anyone's watched this. And if you do want us to do a story about our wedding, then please let us know.
If you want a story about anything from us, just let us know.
The story of our wedding would probably be amazing to talk about, because we haven't talked about it for ages.
Yeah.
Although we talked about it on the honeymoon, but you know. Okay, well, until next time, I'll see you on Thursday. I'm gonna love you.
I'm gonna leave you.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
I'll have a kiss.
Are you gonna have a kiss?
Thank you.
Sorry.